Boom, welcome back to the channel. I'm Hank Strange. This is StrangerPalooza. This is Nick Schmidt.
What's up,
Sunshine
Hank?
State RVs, what's up?
Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you too, especially when I'm borrowing something from you.
Borrowing.
Maybe never bringing back.
So this is one you have to bring back.
You're gonna have to catch me.
The thing is, in this one, you can go anywhere, just not very fast, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know how fast you can take it.
I'm sure he's got a GPS thing on this.
An Apple AirTag.
Yeah, there you go. So we are doing a van swap. I hope there's plates on it.
There are.
Oh, okay, there you go. So we're doing a van swap, but it's not really a van we're swapping
not a
into.
van.
Yeah, so what do we consider this? Excursion
zombie
vehicle?
apocalypse mobile.
A zombie apocalypse,
A zombie
excursion vehicle.
The expedition truck.
Expedition truck, there you
Expedition
go.
truck. So
give the folks a run through. This is the Storyteller Hilt
This is
GXV.
the Storyteller Hilt GXV. This is 27 feet long.
Okay.
It is on a Dodge 5500 chassis, 4x4 diesel. It has liquid springs. It has 16.8 kW of lithium batteries. This has more solar, Hank, than I think your house does.
Oh, my house has 0.
So mine too.
Yeah. And we're at the front of the
Yes.
of the dealership
it's
here.
loud.
So yeah.
So 1,325 watts of solar on the roof to charge the lithium batteries that can run this thing for days.
Yeah.
4 days.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
Yes, and I will put it through some of the paces. I can't take it to the mountains or anything like that because we don't really have too many mountains here.
Correct. So what's really cool is we have this here for 30 days on loan from Storyteller, so that way we can sell them. We have sold a couple since it's been here, taking deposits, and they're going to be coming offline here in the next month or so. Maybe you might see this within those 30 days. You can come see it. If not, we will be having some. You know, there's a guy here in town that bought one, and so I'm pumped to see this thing driving down the road. When I pull into Starbucks, how cool it'd be to see the Hilt pulling it right in front of me.
If you see me driving this, stay away. Stay away. I've got the full insurance, right? I hope you put the full insurance on this bad boy. So a lot of people are maybe not aware of the fact that Sunshine State RV is carrying Storyteller.
Yeah, so it's a Storyteller Beast. This is what Storyteller's known for. This is what's put them on the map over the last 4 or 5 years. They build souped up adventure overland vans on the 144 Mercedes Sprinter. They recently acquired GXV, which is a company out of Springfield, Missouri, who was already doing something like this. So they took GXV and they took Storyteller's factory and streamline, brought them together and came up with this thing of beauty. I mean, I'm talking a thing of beauty.
It's very cool. You guys will see everything inside. We've done videos.
I mean,
it's bed lined.
The whole thing's bed lined. It has the big chassis, so you can have 5 people sitting here.
It's a Ram 5500 4x4.
Liquid spring, suspension, outside storage, everything you can imagine. And then when you go inside, it's super, super luxurious.
And I think you guys have maybe pre-sold a few of these.
We have,
And you sold a bunch of the Beast.
We just sold one today. I mean, these things are flying off the shelves. These Storytellers people are absolutely in love with. The 144s, the classic, the stealth, the Beast, the limited edition ones. But this is a new segment for us. So it was cool that as soon as we got into this, we started selling them. So it has nothing to do with me or us. It has to do with Storyteller just being so great. And then the price.
And people were waiting for the right dealership in Florida to start carrying them.
And what's cool is the price is the same on these Hilts. It is in see-through pricing, the same as on these Storytellers. So these are
so not the same price, but
the same price.
This has one set price and one set price.
So these are $446,000. So that
446, okay.
446. So you are driving almost a $500,000.
So this one's gray. What's the differences? Are there any differences other than color?
So they make a tan one and they make a gray one, and that's it.
That's
no other differences. Nothing else.
I'll be going to Cedar Key, so if you see me out there, you know, if you want to take a look at it, I'm happy to let people check it out. We'll just have it for a couple of days. We're not going too far. We're not taking it on any adventures yet. Nick is probably going to buy me one just so I could.
That's my plan.
Is that really? Okay, it's on video now.
I didn't say how long. It might be 100 years
That's
from
the
now.
plan,
At your funeral, I'll get up.
In the year 5000.
My plan was to buy Hank a Storyteller.
Poor guy, he couldn't live 500 more years.
Couldn't live long enough to get his Hilt.
If I'm waiting for that Hilt, man, I'll come back from the grave. I'll take the zombie virus just to be there. No, anyway, so that's cool. Thanks for letting me do this. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a blast.
You know, this is a little bit bigger than the van I'm used to, but you know, you drove it. We did a video where you drove it, and it should be. Woohoo! Okay, just remember how big you are, please.
Nothing can get in my way.
Okay.
Except a building.
Fun and easy, so we'll see.
So Lola might get spoiled with this big shower and all this.
Oh, I hope not. Maybe I shouldn't let Lola go in this. Yeah. Well, I'll just tell her you promised her one.
That's true.
And we'll see what happens.
Yes.
All right, guys, so more of the adventure. I'm gonna drive this and share the adventure with you guys. We're gonna get into it right now. All right, so here we go. This is my first time driving this. I can tell you guys, this is a little loosey-goosey. I'm sure I'm over the line or something. Here we go. Yeah, it's a little loosey-goosey. There's some wind out here and the road's bumpy. I'm driving it back to what Lola and I call the hacienda, our place. So it's not terrible or anything like that, but you are driving a big truck. So just imagine if you were driving a big U-Haul or something like that. Driving a big truck, it's way more comfortable than a U-Haul would be inside here. It has all the bells and whistles. So you can see right here, there is no rear view mirror. That doesn't work for anything. There's no digital rear view. Obviously there's no rear view because right behind me there's nothing. So you wouldn't, I mean, well, there is something, but it blocks any kind of view that you would get. So you can't see anything back there. It would be nice to get that. Now, there are there's a bird's eye view, 360 camera, a rear view camera and everything that you could put on if you're standing still, but it goes away once you start driving and you go above a certain amount of miles. And so far as I can see, there's no way to keep that on all the time. And then I would say with the driving, this is a 4x4, but right now it's in two-wheel drive mode, so it's rear wheel drive, and that's pretty much what you would be driving with all the time. So there's this big vehicle, you know, that's basically like a flag in the wind and everything that you're driving, and yeah, you've just got those two rear wheels pushing you. So I feel like if this was all-wheel drive all the time, and then you could put it in like a, you know, different modes if you needed to, it would then drive, I think, like a lot better. But you know, those are just like my little first impressions of driving it and everything. Very comfortable. AC's blasting, you know, connects to your phone and everything really easy. Apple CarPlay, Android, all that kind of stuff. RAM is pretty good with that. So yeah, that's what we got right now. I'm pulling up to my place here. I'm going to pull in here and I will catch up to you guys here in a momento. Could be tomorrow though, for all I know. All right, so check it out. We're back on the hacienda. There's Lola joining me. There's the Hilt. So it's all ours now. Nick,
hours for a
he's
weekend.
not here. Yeah, so he's not here to tell me what to do. So the first thing I do want to do though, I did drive this back here yesterday, and Nick was telling me I need to adjust the liquid springs. You know, you could adjust it when you're driving. So I'm gonna do that. Everything's shut off inside because I really want to just log everything as we go through. So Lola and I are about to throw a whole bunch of stuff in there, but before I do that, I want to turn on the power system, get the solar panels working and all that. So I'm gonna like get up to that right now.
Did you color coordinate to match the color of the hilt?
A little bit.
Okay, I didn't get the memo.
So the first thing I want to do here, let's turn the system on and see where it's at. Storyteller does these cool things to hide this stuff. So the battery right now says 3 days, 2 days, going down, 1 day. The fresh tank is 5%, so we'll put some in here. Gray tank's empty. So water pump, it looks like it's off. It's warning me the fresh tank's low. We're gonna put some water in here. So okay, everything's on here, and I'm gonna leave it on so it could actually charge up and all that. It looks like about half battery, I would say, right here. It's got a day
and 16 hours.
Yeah, it's fluctuating. It depends on what we're running. We're not running the AC or anything yet, but I'm gonna leave that on, okay? So we're gonna get packed. The ride and everything's comfortable. It's really roomy in here. seats and all that. It's comfortable.
Super roomy. The suspension is great because even on those bumps, you can feel the suspension doing its job. Up and down, up and down.
We do have the liquid springs that we could adjust, which I do notice a difference from yesterday when I just left it in whatever mode, which it was high or something. So right now we're on the way to my friend Walter of Dirtfoot Racing. He has a place here in Cedar Key, and we're headed over there now. We're not far. It's a little bit of a journey from where we are. So, Mike, yeah. See how? Oh, we're correcting.
Seems like the steering wheel is like very loose.
It's not really that. It's that once it goes one way, you need to be prepared to bring it back the other way, right?
Okay.
Because this is still lifted. Even if you lower it, it's still, and then it's heavy. So just once you're in that momentum of going in a direction, you have to be ready. Even on this road, to me, feels a little narrow, right? It's like a normal country road, but we're at like just with it, like it's 8 feet wide.
Okay, how wide is
the
this?
road is probably 8 feet wide.
Okay.
So we're just barely there. So every time I pass a car, I either like slow down or, or I go over a little bit. You can tell if you look, they're trying to avoid me also.
As well. Yeah. As we would do, this is farm country. Whenever you see a tractor coming down the road, they pull over for you, you pull over. So you're less a tractor.
This is not as big as those big tractors that you see. With any big RV, you can't drive this or any big RV like a C plus, A, all that stuff. You can't drive it like a car. In a Class B, you can't. You can't actually drive that a little bit like a car and get with these, just because of your weight and everything and the size and all that kind of stuff, the circumstances of this, you need to take your time.
So do you think that I could drive this?
I think you could drive it, but you're gonna probably be just as stressed out as me right now driving it.
Yeah, you were super stressed coming down.
I'll be stressed because I don't want you to do anything, and you might. A lot of times you underestimate the danger, so that'll stress me out, but you'll be stressed out once you get into a thing like that. You go, oh, this is like driving a big U-Haul,
which I've done.
Which I've done and you need to just take your time and go easy. It's not about speed in this situation. It's really about
definitely not. But you were doing 50. Like right now, you're doing 60. It feels good.
In time, like people who have driven these things a lot, this around 5,500. So if you've driven like 2,500, 35, 55, whatever they go up to, and you're used to it, it's probably no big deal. And then, so even for me, if I really just spend a ton of time driving it,
eventually you get used to it.
But this is not an everyday driver.
No, you get acclimated to the nose of the vehicle, and your sides if you drive it more. I like the road. I definitely like the roominess up front. The seats feel great, too, nice and cushy.
This is a nice road if you're in a sports car, on a motorcycle. Nice windy road. All right, guys, so I'm going to do a whole wrap up, and the reason for that, I won't tell you who did it, but someone thought they were recording video while it was in time-lapse mode. Well, this is a new camera.
Someone didn't take it off time-lapse mode after using it.
If you are running the camera, you are in charge of the camera and therefore responsible to know all functions and functioning and manuals of functioning of the camera.
Okay, so to the wrap up of this video.
Yeah. So anyway, I want to wrap this up again. Right now, we are in Little Shark Beach in Cedar Key. That's where we are. We were in Cedar Key yesterday at my friend Walter's place. That's about 12 miles from here. This is 12 miles down the road. Actual Cedar Key. Lola and I came down here. We actually parked
in the parking spaces that they have here for the beach. So when you come to Cedar Key, it's a really small, quaint town. And here at this little beach they've made, because there really isn't an actual beach like Daytona or
it's not a big beach. It is an actual beach. The Gulf comes right up to it.
But it's a little sandy white beach that they have. It's not very big, but it's
mostly
nice.
The pier. You have the pier. You can go fishing off the pier.
You can drop your boats off.
Yeah, you can take a boat out to the little islands
that are out here and fish. So it's really nice. They've got bathrooms. Everything's really nice and neat and clean. So we pulled up here early morning, simply because of the size of this. We were concerned we were able to find parking if we came later in the day. We came early morning and we were able to find parking, and it was pretty easy.
Yeah, we are parked in a regular parking spot out here, and we're hanging off a little bit, you know, from the back of the spot here. So here's the lines. We're well within the lines on this, and I would say there's about this back quarter here is hanging off, so that's not too bad. Right down here is the boat ramp, the docks, so everyone's pulling their boats off and going by, all that kind of stuff. We've had the local sheriffs have driven around and everything, and we've been standing outside the hilt here, and no one's told us, hey, you guys are too big, you can't park here. So it works. Lots of people are driving by and looking at this thing even now as we're recording.
A head turner.
Yeah.
Everyone in their golf carts and their vehicles, leaving with their boats, stop, and they're like, what is this thing? You know, and they're looking and pointing.
Right.
And then they're the ones at the beach or the residents of these condos that have come up to come talk with us, having them come in and have a look, lots of questions, lots of interest, you know, to see something this size.
Yeah, people are very curious, I think. And also, Lola, I noticed you messed up because you wore the same thing as me, which you're never supposed to do. So you're wearing a Vanasaur shirt, and you're wearing the same exact one as me.
Is it the same exact one?
It looks like it. I think so, yeah.
Well, this is what happens after you've been married for so many years.
No, I don't take, no, you're supposed to know better.
No,
I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to walk around with you looking like the Bopsy twins.
Oh my gosh,
no, thank you.
Terrible.
So anyway, a lot of people or asked us, we let folks come in here and take a look at it. People are like, oh, do you own it? And of course I tell folks, no, I don't own it. I'm a YouTuber. I'm doing a video on this. Basically, this video is about, you know, does this make sense, right? Because I think a lot of people ask me that question. This is $440 something thousand.
46 and change.
Yeah.
$446,000 and change.
So the question is, does it make sense? We had a lot of people look at this. A lot of people were curious. Some of those folks even own vans, all that kind of stuff before, or they have some sort of van or thing that they use to get around. And, and do this kind of stuff. So I think that's a really good question. That's what I want to answer in this video is, does it make sense?
Does it make sense? I needed to actually use it to come to that decision. I think it looks great on the outside. It's really nicely built. It looks tough. And it just looks good. It's a really good layout when you see it.
Yeah.
When you come into the coach side, it also looks really good. The way Storyteller, their cabinets that they've done, the light color that's in here makes it feel very
we'll take a look at that.
And open, which is nice. But it's not until you actually use the thing that you can really say you have experience with it. So we camped out in it last night, and it was great. You've got that view up top of the bed there, so you can look out at the skies and stargaze if you want to. The bed, I would probably opt for like a little thicker of a mattress. Well, this is the main bedroom area back here, which is lots of room. It feels like maybe a queen size bed up here with lots of, there's a power tower here. I didn't need to use this, but I was going to say is that you actually also have USB ports.
Yeah, so you've got storage in there, which is cool.
So there's storage there.
I like that. And there are people out there who would say, well, for the money, everything should be perfect. And this is how I want to answer that question. And this is how I want to compare it to vans. Every van is different, but no van is 100% perfect for the individual person. A lot of this stuff you should take from your perspective.
Right.
So for example, like you would say, oh, that, you know, I wish it was a thicker mattress. I got up on that thing, I went to sleep.
You were knocked out.
I didn't notice anything. I put my sleep machine on, I went to sleep. I'm fine with that. You know, I think that this is a prototype, so it's possible that Storyteller would maybe give you options with the mattress, but at the end of the day, you know, those are things that are variable. And the same thing for all the things here, right? I think the bathroom, we both agree that the bathroom is completely adequate. There's a side vent here, which is fantastic.
Yes.
We did use this bathroom. We used the cassette toilet. We showered in here. That's why there's our towels and stuff. I need to take these down. Sorry, guys.
So the bath works really well. There is a shower curtain already in here, so you can run that when you come in here. And looks like it's even got some kind of pockets that you can put some things here.
Yeah.
You can certainly store all your shampoo, conditioner, body wash, whatnot right there. So that's great.
Yeah, and you do want to use the shower curtain because if you come out here,
there's
you'll
slots,
see,
right?
There's slots. I think that's good. Get some, you know, gets the hot air out of there, helps ventilation. And I like that they did this translucent section in the door, so a little bit of light goes in, but it doesn't show up.
There is that cubby, so you can store some things in, and lock the temporary button to flush.
So you've got a sink here to brush your teeth and a separate control for the shower.
For the shower head.
Yeah, and 100 gallons. We put 30 gallons.
And I think there's
we
still
both took showers, and there's still like, there's still
10 left.
The refrigerator is a nice size when you're. I'll show you guys. Look, I can get a cold drink out of here right now. Right now, this is my favorite drink. If anyone wants to buy me something, I don't. Gosling's doesn't pay me any money or anything like that. This is awesome. They use this in Moscow Mules and stuff, but it is delicious, and I drink it on its own. Very good when you have a very masculine, sexy voice like mine. Big sink here. Nice countertop here that's food safe. 2-burner stove here. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. Right, very nice also. Tower of power right here. I'm plugged into that. Water obviously, but this is filtered water, right, that you can use.
So much countertop space, it's crazy, and that's fantastic. There is also a big size garbage can.
You don't
obviously,
see that
you don't see it everywhere, and if you're going to be out somewhere for a long time, you probably do need a big garbage can.
Everything here really works, and it's comfortable. This is way wider. If you just look here, like those are our mats we have in our van, and our van is only one of those mats lengthwise. That's the width that you can take in the van. That's the hallway width. And here it's taking up more than that, right? Like 1 1/3 almost going lengthwise. And that width over there. Over here, you could put 2 of them. So we're not like passing each other and, you know, bumping each other or anything like that, you know, going hip to hip. Walking around in here. We were both sitting here. I was looking at some kind of YouTube video. You were posting something online. I think we were both doing that. Totally enough room for the 2 of us, and probably you could have like a whole family or whatever you want in here.
You could definitely travel 2 adults, 2 children in this.
Yeah.
Very comfortably.
I would do this if we were living, if you weren't working every day, right? And you wanted to live with me on the road. I would do something bigger. I don't know if it's this, but I would do something bigger.
I think so too. I think that if I was not working full time, if I was retired or stopped working, and we were on the road full time, I would absolutely want something a little bit bigger than a van,
right?
Just for comfort, you know. So like, I really enjoy having a table. I really enjoy having this situation where I can sit and dine. I can sit and work. I really don't like having my sleeping space also be my working space, also be my dining space.
Right.
So for me, I do like having a table. Even if it was in a small event, it's fine, it's doable. But I think just to be able to bring more stuff, and maybe you don't necessarily need to bring more stuff, but
you could bring a lot of stuff with this.
you can. I mean, there's so much storage all throughout. It's ridiculous. I couldn't possibly fill it all up.
But I'm gonna open up these cabinets over here just to show you guys, like all storage on this side. Over here, storage. Look at all that. This is packed.
This closet is amazing. It is
carry-on.
I've got a carry-on luggage in there. I've got several bags stacked on top of it.
Bunch of stuff in the back.
And some things behind it.
Yeah, awesome. So that's awesome. Convection. Yeah, for the sake of the battery that's about to die, what I want to say is that the tough part, the work, is going to be getting down the road, getting there safely. Whether, you know, if we wanted to go 1,000 miles away, you drive, you look at it as a job, you take your time, you're very careful, you maybe go a quarter of the way or half of the way, you stop, you go to where you're going. But then when you get there, I think you could live in this. It's pretty easy. We didn't get like any kind of complicated walkthrough of this. So does it make sense? My answer to that question is it makes sense for the right person who they want their home to be anywhere. They don't care. This is like a tiny home. It's not the size of the home. You have everything you need here. You take that down the road with you, and you go wherever you want to, and you stay there for whatever period of time, and then you go somewhere else. If you want to live like that, and also you want to be able to go off-road. I think if you don't want to go off-road or anything, you're not worried about that. There's other options that we've looked at, but I think that this does have a purpose. It's really very a cool thing to me. I would at least rent or borrow something like this, if not buy one outright when the right time came, instead of having a really nice second home somewhere that didn't move around.
Ooh, that was a bit of a slow go, and Strange.
What do you mean a slow go?
When you got on the gas, it was like...
This is why you don't drive, because this is a big truck. This is a big girl right here.
Yeah, it's got some back to it for sure.
Big girl's got to come around the corner slow.
And wide.
Yeah, it's a lot like driving a U-Haul truck. And this is a bigger, wider road, and we've got a bunch of room over here to move around. You know, unless there was a bicyclist or a person walking there, you've got the room to swing and sway a little bit. But I would say that it's just not as easy as driving a van or a car. It just isn't. It's more closer to driving a big school bus, driving a big truck, a big military vehicle, a U-Haul, something like that. Probably closer to a U-Haul, because those big military vehicles don't go even 50 miles an hour. Yeah. Something like this that's meant to go off-road, because you can afford that money and you go buy this, right? You might be able to afford 10 of these, and you go buy this, that doesn't make you an off-roader, right? You need to actually figure out how to use this. What's the proper way to drive this? And then when you're off-road, what is the proper way to do that? And what do you do when you get into trouble? What happens if you do blow out a tire and you have to change a tire or two? You know, what do you do if you get stuck? You know, this has a winch and everything, but what does that mean? What if you don't know how to use that winch? What if you don't have the right things to connect that winch to a tree or whatever? What if you don't have trees? What do you do in that case? So, which there are things that you can do. So you need to take the time to learn how to use the tool that you have properly, and that will make you a better off-roader, adventurer, overlander, or whatever it is you want to do. But what I will say is, because this is RVIA certified, you can buy this, as with any other RV, as a second home, and therefore it's not a 5-year loan or even a 70-year loan. You can get a 12-year loan, you can get 15, 20-year loan. So that helps make it more affordable. And you could just look at it this way: if you would buy a second home, it is common these days for someone to buy a very nice second home, and it costs $500,000. So if you would buy a second home that's $500,000, probably very nice, but it doesn't have legs. It can't get up and walk away and go wherever you want it to go. This does. So you can go anywhere in this country, and if you really wanted to, you could put this on a ship and take it anywhere in the world. So that's the beauty of an excursion vehicle, I think. So we are outside now. We're going to do a quick walk around, and I'll talk about whatever's out here that I may not like or like. The only thing that I can immediately think of, Lola, is this, which I was talking about inside. Like, just look at the beautiful awesomeness of this. I would struggle. I have maybe one thing that I would complain about, but this looks amazing. right? This is all tough badassery going on, and then chrome. And then looking at it, I noticed there's some chrome here too, right there. I mean, and it's not that big of a deal to fix either. Like, you can dip your car on this and black this out, and then you can dip your car on this as well and black it out. And if you don't know what that is, that's like a thing you could spray paint on and then actually peel off. So you can mask around here and then spray it on, and if you don't like it, you could peel it off. So just something I would try to make that bothers me. The other thing I could think of is that there is no ladder on the side of this, which even on your Storyteller vans, there's a ladder on the side. And so there is a roof rack, but there's no ladder. But that's mostly because up top there is all solar panels, then an AC, and then the 2 fans that are up there. So basically, what are you gonna do up there? That means that this is just for looks. But it looks good. You got lights on it and all that kind of stuff. There is no ladder going up. I'm a little disappointed, but I think they made the right choice here, to be honest with you, right? Because I would rather have a ton of solar panels up there working, which one of the things that we saw over this weekend hanging out with this, those solar panels are putting in work and doing what they need to do. So I don't know, is that a positive or not? I don't know. You guys could tell me what you think about that. Lola's going around opening up everything. So yeah, check it out. Storage, ooh, big storage down there. That's awesome. This is where the cassette toilet is. So you can pop out the cassette toilet if you wanted to. That's locked. Here's your smart plug. That's something that people were asking me. We had several people out there. Extra gas, diesel, I should say, extra diesel. The big storage that you have here. And there's, I think that's the power box back there. I like this stuff. This is awesome, right? You could hook things up here. If you want to just carry bikes and stuff, you could put them in there. This is really cool. This drops down on a pulley system. You could put more stuff here. So yeah, I mean, my only complaint, there's a big awning, which we actually didn't even put the awning out.
But it is a lighted awning, which is nice.
Yeah, it's nice, yeah.
It's lit there, and then you also have a porch light at the front of the steps there.
Storage down here, storage over here. You could put like a tool. Here's something on the outside that's a little weird. This door is not easy to open. And I don't know what the reason for that is, but it's not easy to open. What I think is really cool about this is you can drive with 5 people sitting back here. So driver, passenger, and 3 back here. And then there is a pass-through going into the house side back here, right? So this seat's locked in. There's a trick to this, because if you just try to come pull the seat down, it doesn't go down. We were looking for a button. So here's how you do it. This seat actually folds up. So once you fold that seat up, you can pull it down. And one of the cool things I like, you can fold this down if your bag wasn't there, let's say. You can fold all this down and use this for storage back here, all that cool kind of stuff that you have under here. But once you do this, you fold this up. It being up now, the hook comes out. There's a hook in the back here. The hook comes out of this. And so now you can go back here if you wanted to. And if this door was open, you can go through it. So Lola, go inside, put on the lights, and let's see if I can fit through this space here. Do you think I can make it, Lola? Or I'm gonna get stuck and you have to call the fire department? I think I'm gonna look better if I can make it out there. And then if I get stuck, you guys will see my better end. Oh, you came that way. All right. So go in there, let's see. Can I make it through? So here we go. Open it up. Hello. Now, I better not get stuck in here, Lola.
If you get stuck in there,
I'm not gonna get stuck.
You got this.
I can look at it and tell already, but it's not gonna.
It's your hips.
This is not gonna be.
The hips. Is that what you like to say?
This is not gonna be pretty. I can tell you that. This is why no one did this in their video, because this is not.
Ah, but you made it.
I want to hire for like 5 minutes that hot, sexy doctor chick. I forgot what her name is, but she does all this kind of stuff to do that instead of me. How about that, Lola?
I don't know.
Can I get a get out of jail free card to do that for about 5 minutes? The cool thing about Sunshine State RV, you buy something from them, they're not just gonna kick you out the door once you signed all your paperwork. They do book a campground you could go to. They give you a couple of days. You can, just like Lola and I are doing right now, you would be able to do that. And then if you had issues, you can come back and they will address your issues as best they can, right? They may just fix some things. They may talk to the manufacturer on some things. but they'll help you figure that stuff out. So
overall thoughts about having borrowed this for the weekend. I would say that definitely it is an attention getter, right? Almost like a Cybertruck. Having it parked out there, Cedar Key, there was so many people coming to check it out.
People were very interested,
driving by, stopping, and golf carts and pickup trucks, and even folks at the beach would walk over. And then you were nice to let them go inside and tour it.
Absolutely.
So probably 10 people went through.
Does this make sense, right?
That was your initial question you wanted to answer.
The answer here, from my point of view, and I'll let Lola speak for herself, but from my point of view is, does it make sense? It makes sense depending on who you are. And if you're the kind of person that, one, could afford it, but really importantly, you want, instead of having like a nice home, second home, or whatever it is somewhere, you want a home that you can go almost anywhere. I don't want to tell people you can go anywhere with this, right? Depends on your skill level, where you want to go exactly. There's a whole bunch of things that go into that. But you can go almost anywhere with this. You know, take your time, get out there safely, and then you could stay there as long as you want to, and you can really live out of this thing for some serious time and be okay with this and have fun, and then get back on the road again and go somewhere else.
I agree.
So it makes sense in that regards to me, once you get over the money thing.
Right.
Okay, so go ahead, Lola.
So I would say that, just to add on what you're saying about going anywhere and everywhere, I think that is definitely doable. But there are some smaller towns and cities that this will probably have a tough time getting through. So I think that if we were to do something like this, I would definitely want to bring a little something, I don't know, a little Fiat, a little, I don't know.
Whatever you're into.
Whatever it is, whatever you're into. Or,
bicycles, electric bicycles,
e-bikes,
a little car, a little electric car.
Just so that you can park it and then get around town and sightsee or go to the beach or whatever.
And you can almost tow whatever you want to with this as well, right?
I imagine so. It's freaking big. It better be able to tow something.
So, it makes sense to a particular person, and you have to make sure you're that person. And you may try it out and you might get a little scared. I think with the driving, if you take your time and learn this beast, you will be able to tame it and drive it. But if it really, really intimidates you, then it's probably not for you.
Agreed.
Or if it's too expensive, it's not for you. There are
other options,
more affordable options.
So let's wrap this up.
I'll let you end it, Lola.
Oh, see?
Come on, do it.
You want me to end it?
Okay, you don't want it? You could do it. Come on, do it.
We're out of here?
Yeah, we're out of here.
We're out of here. Peace out.